I've been working on a dashboard for the University of Hull where we have a list of students presented to personal supervisors, they're the students' individual tutors, and it produces a list like this. Obviously these aren't real students, but this does demonstrate the issue we're having. I could click on a student and I could either use the right click drill through functionality like this, or I could click on an individual student and then it activates the button for a drill through. And when you click on here, everything works as it should do. It goes through, it drills through to that individual student. Again, you can go back to the list of students again and click on a different student. And you can see that this just works as it should do. Now, the issue is here, what I wanted to do is we actually show a lot more on the report to other students, but I wanted to be able to go through here and see all of the entries for different attendance events so it doesn't crowd out this screen. And there's no feature in Power BI to be able to go from here to another report. What I wanted it to do was for me to be able to click on this button here, and then for me to take the same drill through information that's been passed to this report page onto this report page. And Power BI just doesn't do it. There's no way to get around it, no way to be nice. You can't have a double drill through. There's no drill through hierarchy. It just isn't in Power BI. And that is where putting in a sync slicer really helps. We need a sync slicer where we can get it to automatically update and select a default value. The draw through for here is just the student's ID. So if I come back to the main page here, you can see that the students all have a unique identifier, and that this can then be used to drill through to this report here. And that will filter all of the information on this report page here just for this student. So it's doing exactly what I want it to do. And I just want it to continue one step on. The first thing we need to do is download a slicer which will support this. To go and get more visuals, and then we need to search for the Chiclet slicer. Install that. It's a Microsoft produced one, so there isn't really any issues. Pop it on there, grab the field that we're using to filter that on, and then we change the options, disable multiple selection, and force a selection on. That's showing up there. Don't worry about that for now. Back to our list of students, and we'll do another drill through just to show you it doesn't affect anything. Click on my student, click on there, and there we can see it loads up. Adding the Chiclet slicer does add a slight delay to the load time. There's no way of getting away from that because it has to calculate and update this slicer. Don't be tempted to hide this slicer. You hide this slicer, it'll stop updating, and then what you want it to do won't work. The next thing we're going to do is sync that slicer across multiple pages. So what you're going to want to do, you go to the View tab and you click on Sync Slicers. And as easy as you like, you can see that it's on student details, and I want it to be on attendance details. So I'm just going to click on there, and those two are synced now. If I go to attendance details, it's just the attendance for a single student. Easy as that. Then the only thing I need to do now is click on my button, go to Action, and make it navigate to the page that I want it to go to. So I select Page Navigation and Attendance Details. Now when you click on the button, it navigates you to the attendance details page, and the page is filtered to the correct student thanks to the sync slicer. I'll go back to the start again, so let me click Students, pick a different student, drill through again, updates for that student, go through to the details, and it updates again like so. Obviously I need to do a bit of tidying up, so I'll need to add a back button to this page to take me back to the student details page. And the other thing I'll want to do is make this less visible. As I said before, if you hide this, it no longer updates correctly, so you have to leave it visible. But if it's hidden by having other elements in front of it, it will never be seen by the end user. To hide it, I'm just going to click on some formatting options, get rid of the header, go to the chiclets, make sure that they are all of a color not show up, get rid of the border, make it nice and small, and then hide it behind something else by dragging it to where you want it and then using the selection pane to order it behind other items. And even though it's no longer visible to the end user, you'll find it still works absolutely fine. Remember to insert a back button onto the synced report page, otherwise users won't be able to return to the original drill through page. So let's go right from the top. and then back again. I hope you find this video useful. Please click like if you do.